Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and this is a video presentation of Shravana Nakshatra, the 22nd lunar sign of Vedic astrology. And you can learn all about the nakshatras in my Nakshatras Advanced course, and hear about them in my astrology readings and get introduced to them in my Foundation Master Vedic Astrology course. The nakshatras truly are very powerful, intuitive declaration about the truths of our self, of our nature. They're ruled by the moon, they're deeply ancient, and they're the basis of a very sophisticated Vedic astrology analysis of love astrology, the astrology of relationships. So basically, Shravana is the 22nd of the 27 nakshatras, and it spans from 10 degrees Vedic Capricorn to 23 degrees Vedic Capricorn. So it's wholly in Capricorn. But it's ruled by the moon, which gives it a different level of energy in addition to the very earth-based Capricorn energies. And of course, any nakshatra that's ruled by the moon can be a person who fluctuates a lot. So they need to understand that and may need to manage their consciousness and bring continuity. And the people around them need to be aware and get used to the fluctuation. The nakshatras all have ruling deities and symbols and correspondences to the gunas, for example. And so in the case of Shravana, the ruling deity is Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, preserver of the universe. And so Shravana has, at its apogee, at its best, a deeply spiritual possibility, a deeply spiritual destiny. The power animal sums it up in a way. The power animal for Shravana is the female monkey. So this is quite a good depiction of the energy of Shravana people. Sort of, playful and responsive, may lack seriousness. We'll come to these sort of things a bit more later. And the motivation is arta, or material wealth. So already looking at the characteristics of Shravana Nakshatra, we're building up an intuitive awareness of what to expect when a person has a big Shravana element in their Vedic natal chart, moon, ascendant or sun especially. And this will be important stuff to realize about the way they'll naturally manage their life, about the way they'll function in loving relationship, about the sort of spiritual path that's best for them. In terms of the gunas, well, Shravana is primarily rajasic or desirous. So we have it that they're motivated for material wealth and they're by instinct desirous. Desirous on the worldly plane. The Ayurvedic dosha is Kapha. And the principal star is a 3-star constellation centering on Altair, which in the Vedic mythic tradition are known as the 3 footprints of Lord Vishnu. Now, there's a very well-worked depiction of which nakshatras get on well with each other and which are forbidden combinations. So the forbidden combination for Shravana is Ardra. They should be very advised if they're thinking of marrying an Ardra. So now let's build up with some keywords so that you can recognize and evaluate and support a Shravana person. So first of all, they're listeners, and in the real fulfillment of Shravana's life, that means they will listen to sacred teaching if they get to that level. So they're learners, they're on a knowledge quest, and they're informed, they're persevering and shrewd, they're goal orientated. So, certainly certain occupations sort of come to mind, therefore, like lawyer or media work, we're beginning to build the picture. But the issue is that their focus and their goal orientation can actually become dangerous if they use it without perception for what it does to their life and their impact on others. And it becomes especially dangerous if their goals are unwholesome. You see, it's a nakshatra that has to be careful not to be over flexible with the truth, not to use words too cleverly so that they become deceptions, lies, or manipulations. So in their abilities, Shravanas can become quite proud of themselves and what they do, but that's a danger because they're being egoic. They need to learn, yes, I have these playful learning communication skills, but I mustn't be egoic, I mustn't be full of myself, and I must be careful to do the right things and be open to good advice and beware unwholesome advice. So there is a call for Shravanas to look and especially listen, and through their listening connect to sound spiritual teaching and open to divine connection. Because if they don't do that, for example, well, their organizational ability alone can become actually destructive or even degenerative, turn into a malign, habitual presence in their life. So when you meet one, well, you might think, oh yes, they're quite humorous. Even way, they might be a bit cunning, but they're well-mannered and they have this alert look, good communicators. And they can be intellectual and wise and amiable. But there's a calculating strand there as well. And negatively, they're famed for being gossips and restless. And so they're said to suffer troubles and disappointments, lay themselves open to those, maybe more so in earlier life. And so they get, ruled by the moon, they're sensitive. So it ends up they're easily hurt. They put themselves in situations where they're easily hurt. And so they can develop trust issues and get cynical. And indeed, their awareness of the problem facets of their behavior characteristics can actually build up feelings of inferiority unless they also develop the spiritual dimension, the needed dimension of spiritual awareness. Because you see, their abilities and their nature can make them quite fierce. So they've got to be aware of how they're using their skills and fierce direction. They can even be severe, like a judge. And they often, like to sort of go abroad and even end up living in foreign lands. So if we were to sum it up, well, favourably, a Shravana person is cordial in business, funny, success in foreign countries, lives a prosperous, balanced, modest life, studies spiritual paths, kind, drawn to working for humanitarian causes and can help others reform their lives and can find a good marriage partner. But unfavourably, they get full of themselves, rigid and obstinate. They have a reputation for ending up in debt, and they may take an extreme stance against someone. And yes, there can be the risk of gossip. So here I've just given you a few of the novelistic characteristics of Shravana. And when I give an astrology reading, I present the nakshatra truths of your personality and your chart, which is so helpful to hear. And indeed, when you enroll on my Master Vedic Astrology Foundation course, you have a wonderful introduction to Vedic astrology, truly wonderful, and it includes initial presentation of all the nakshatras. And then you can go on to level 2, my Nakshatras Advanced course, which enables you to study the characteristics of each nakshatra, one after the other, all 27, with reference to your chart and my chart. And then the second half of the course goes on to use nakshatra techniques, which are truly powerful guidance for relationship analysis and health and depiction of our mind, and thus pointers to how to manage our mind and find our best realization of our talents in this life. They're a pointer to what our best achievements in this life are. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.